If you're wondering, what the heck is this? One of the most important things I need to do to the GS, and it looks like the sun's coming out a little bit. Look at that beautiful white metallic paint shine. The mounting tape is for this, a dash cam. Guys, having a dash cam is super important. Let's take a look why.
What happened?
Alright, so the clips you guys just saw, they were actually taken in my old car, my Lexus GS 350. And don't worry guys, I'm gonna give you guys the full details on the accident, the whole video, a whole explanation as to what happened, how I was falsely accused of lying. Thankfully, Dashcam had my back. And don't worry guys, I'm not going to bore you with the Dashcam install video. After I get it installed, I'll give you guys a quick 1-minute tour, and then I'll give you guys what you guys are really here for, all the details on the accident and the full video. So let's get this Dashcam installed. And just like that, Dashcam is in. So I have the wiring up through here, goes up in the headliner through this A-pillar, and then it just seamlessly goes into this weather stripping, so it looks really good. And then also have it underneath this door trim right here. You can see the wire sticking out a little bit right there, but black on black, not too bad. And this part actually came out way better than expected. So there is a USB going into my center console, and that's actually hidden behind this right here, so you can't really see it. And then it plugs in into there, the USB, so I get to keep my little anchor. Back view right here, and you cannot see any wiring. Installing it through a USB in a GS 350 definitely works out. No need for hard wiring. I know hard wiring, you have to mess around here, and it works out. My hard wiring kit actually broke, and I wasn't too sure if using the USB would be a good option, but if you're a GS 350 owner, works perfect. Alright guys, so I'm actually gonna voice over this part right here, because the last thing I want from YouTube is some sort of copyright strike, and I was blasting some copyrighted music here. So you can't really tell from the clip right now, but this is actually a dual right lane. You should be able to see it in just a bit once this light turns green. At this point, yeah, you can probably already tell what's gonna happen. Bam, he hit me right there. It's a big Nissan Energy. Alright, so we both pull into the parking lot, and as I'm getting out of my car, there's a part of me that wants to tell the guy, like, hey man, were you before you got in your car? But I knew that wasn't the right thing to do. I knew the right thing for me to do was be courteous, be polite. It's just an accident. I could have been the one at fault. So I get out of my car and I walk toward where he's parked, and he's still in his car. He's on the phone for about 20 minutes. So for 20 minutes, he didn't even acknowledge I was there. He could have just told me, roll down his window and said, hey man, I'm on the phone with the insurance, just give me a few seconds. But he didn't do that. It took him 20 minutes to get out of his car and even acknowledge, that he got into an accident with me. So you guys might already kind of be able to see where this is kind of going. So yeah, he was pretty rude. He really didn't say anything that was like directly rude toward me, but just the way he was talking to me and his whole demeanor. We get to a point where we're both going to exchange insurance information, and we're going to go our separate ways. However, neither of us have addressed the elephant in the room. Who's at fault for the accident? I knew I was in the clear. I knew I had my Dashcam video. I was chilling. I had nothing to argue with or prove to the guy. So he cracks first, and he's like, hey, so you're going a little fast there, bud. I tell the guy, like, what are you talking about, man? I was going like 10-15 miles an hour. And he's like, yeah, you ran the red light. I'm like, I didn't run no red light, man. I explained to him what really happened, and there he kind of starts to piece it together, like, oh shoot, maybe I'm in the wrong. And then he tells me, well, there was these cones that were in my way. Roll back the video. Yeah, those cones were not in his way. And at this point, I'm pretty agitated. I was really patient with the guy, trying to be really understanding. He's accusing me. He's being pretty rude. So I just tell him, like, look, man, if those cones were really in your way, if I were you, I would go back and take pictures of those cones, because you're not getting money out of me or my insurance, because I'm not the one at fault. At this point, he knew I wasn't messing around, so his demeanor kind of changed, and he was a lot nicer, a bit more receptive. But at that point, it it was what it was. We went our separate ways. I work on a hybrid schedule where I could work in the office and also work from home. But that day I was actually going home to continue working, and I was super busy that day. I had a lot of stuff to take care of. I had a meeting to prepare for, and when I get home and I sit down on my desk to finally get to work, the insurance calls me and they tell me like, hey, we heard you got into an accident. I tell them, sorry guys, I can't really talk right now. I got a lot of things going on. The insurance guy was pretty annoyed that, you know, I couldn't talk, but I told him, give you a call back in 2 hours. 2 hours roll around, and I finally got on the phone with him, and one of the first things that he tells me is like, so, you're going to be found at fault for this accident.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
He tells me, yeah, you know, like, you didn't really want to talk to us earlier. The other guy says that you were at fault, so you're at fault for the accident. I'm like, no, dude, I have my dash cam. In less than 2 minutes, I uploaded my dash cam to him. I told him, like, look, man, I don't know what Pinocchio told you, what, you know, daydreams, what fantasy, what he's been, but the dash cam video is right there, and it's pretty clear cut that I'm not the one at fault. The insurance guy apologized to me, and he's like, yeah, dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, but this is pretty, you know, shut and done. You're not the one at fault. Having the dash cam just saved me. It saved me from the headache. I didn't have to argue with anyone. You know, I didn't have to worry about the accident. I was just able to live my life. I was able to focus on the stuff that's really important in my life, my loved ones, my work. Even the moment, you know, my head wasn't thinking about the accident. Just able to enjoy my time and make sure that those around me enjoy their time as well. And that includes you guys, my viewers. So if you guys enjoy this content, I'm gonna be pushing out more Lexus content for you guys. So hit subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Of course, guys, I did get my Lexus repaired. If you are in the LA area, shout out to Markham Bowling. They did an amazing job. They absolutely killed it. And when I say they killed it, I mean they did a good job. They did not ruin my car. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe out there.